मेरे मन वीरा की तारे हर पल शिव का नाम पुकारे, मैंने शिव से लगाए लगन। मेरे मन वीरा की तारे हर पल शिव का नाम पुकारे, मैंने शिव से लगाए लगन। लगन मैंने शिव से लगाए लगन। जब जब बोले का नाम प्रेम से सुबह शाम, संकट में जब भक्त पुकारे, संकट में जब भक्त पुकारे, पावन तेरा नाम उचारे, संकट हरते हे सबके नीलेश्वर, कर कल्याण रूप महान दिखा दो दर्दानी, दिखा दो छवि अविनाशी, ऐ
Devotees. Once again, it is my distinct pleasure to extend to you a very cordial welcome on behalf of Sri Sitaram Devotees, his family, and members of Sasivachanam to this, the sixth night of worship to the Mangal Murti of Lord Ganesh in this very auspicious period of Ganesh Utsav. By now you should have or would have developed some kind of attachment and connection with the divine form that you see in front of you. As you seek that divine grace and blessings of Lord Ganesh, we ask you to continue with your level of devotion. Devotion is only created by you. The Vyasa this evening, Sri Satyananda Gosai, really needs no introduction. He has more than 25 years now we've been doing this Ganesh Utsav. And with the social media, he is now internationally acclaimed. So we ask you now to stand as we perform first Arati.
Hari Om Gam Ganapatibhyo Namo Namaha Hari Om Gam Ganapatibhyo Namo Namaha Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Deva Mata Jati Parvati Pita Mahadeva O Ganapati Deva Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Deva Mata Jati Parvati Pita Mahadeva O Ganapati Deva Ek dant dayavant chhar puchadari Ek dant dayavant chhar puchadari Mastak sindoor soye musaki samani Ganapati Deva O Ganapati Deva O Ganapati Deva Ganapati Deva Andan ko aakar takoriyan ko khaya Andan ko aakar takoriyan ko khaya Bhajan ka pradit nidhan ko maya O Ganapati Deva Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Deva Mata Jati Parvati Pita Mahadeva O Ganapati Deva O Ganapati Deva Haad chadhe phool chade aur chade deva Haad chadhe phool chade aur chade deva Modak ka bhog lage sant khade deva O Ganapati Deva Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Deva Mata Jati Parvati Pita Mahadeva Ganapati Deva Vinayaka 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 Vinadata Vinayaka Bolo Vinadata Vinayaka Aise Vinayaka Vinayaka Bolo Vinayaka यदुनंदना
गण गण नीला यदुनंदना
गण गण नीला यदुनंदना
गण गण नीला यदुनंदना
घन श्याम सुंदर मनमोहना
घन श्यामा सुंदर मनमोहना
घन श्याम सुंदर मनमोहना
घन श्यामा सुंदर मनमोहना
गिरिधर गोपाल नटराजा
गिरिधर गोपाल नटराजा
गिरिधर श्यामा गिरिधर ऐसे गिरिधर गिरिधर गोपाल नटराजा
गिरिधर गोपाल नटराजा
नरधन सुंदर मनमोहना बोलो
घन घन नीला यदुनंदना घन घन नीला यदुनंदना घन श्यामा सुंदर मनमोहना घन श्यामा सुंदर मनमोहना
श्याम मुरारी घन श्याम मुरारी
श्याम मुरारी घन श्याम मुरारी
श्याम मुरारी श्याम मुरारी घन श्याम मुरारी
श्याम मुरारी घन श्याम मुरारी
गिरिधर गोपाला गिरिधारी
गिरिधर गोपाला गिरिधारी
गिरिधर गोपाला गिरिधारी
गिरिधर गोपाला गिरिधारी
श्याम मुरारी घन श्याम मुरारी
श्याम मुरारी घन श्याम मुरारी
मोरिया रे बप्पा मोरिया रे
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 ऐसे ऐसे मोरिया 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 रे
मोरिया 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 रे
मोरिया 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 रे
मोरिया 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 रे
मोरिया रे बप्पा मोरिया रे
मोरिया रे बप्पा मोरिया रे
बम बम बोले बम 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 बोले 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 नाच नटराजा
बम बम भोले बम बम भोले नाचे नटराजा
ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय
हरि ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय
ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय
बम बम बोले बम 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 बोले हाँ हाँ बम बम बोले बम बम बोले बम बम बोले बम बम बोले नाच नटराजा
बम बम भोले बम बम भोले बम बम भोले बम बम भोले नाचे नटराजा
विनायका 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 प्रेम से बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी की उमापति महादेव की जय पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय उजय सार जगन्नाथ की जय प्रेम से बोलो श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की आसन दीजिए प्लीज टेक योर सीट। प्रेम से बोलो श्री उमापति महादेव की My dear friends, a most cordial welcome to each and every one of you here tonight. This being the 6th night of discourse in this period of Ganesh Utsav. Even though we say 6th night, it is the 7th night of the Chaturthi. The first day of the Chaturthi, the Ganesh Jayanti, we brought that Lord and Master of the world, Ganapati Baba. We brought him to our home. So this is the 6th night of what you call messages from our scriptures. For the past few nights, my dear friends, we have been engaged in beautiful discussion. Tonight, we'll do no different. Pandit Gyan has performed pujan. All the setting is in place. All you wonderful devotees who have come to join with us. We have those individuals who are Tune in on our Facebook page, PT Gosai, and Swasti Vachanam from far and wide. We love you and we thank you for being here. Today, my dear friends, the newlywed couple, my two godchildren, Videsh and Samantha, give them a round of applause. It's about 2 weeks now they have been locked in wedding matrimony. And as a guru, I want to wish them all the best. May Ganapati Baba remove all impediments and bless you and guide you. Also that handsome young man there, my dear friend, give him a round of applause. Today he celebrates his Janmadin, his birthday. So we say, Avi, Janmadin Mubarak, happy birthday to you. My dear friends, the time has come for us to sit upright, put our hands together, close eyes, and bow heads. From time to time, my dear friends, you focus your minds on the Mangal Murti of Lord Ganapati as we seek the blessings of all the divine embodiments, of all the divine devatas and devis. We join together. Hari Guruji Vandana. Dhyan Moolam Guru Murti, Puja Moolam Gurur Padam, Mantra Moolam Gurur Vakyam, Moksha Moolam Gurur Kripa. Salutations, Deen Dayalu Kripa Sagar, Bhagwan Shankar. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Karpura Gauram Karunavataram Sansara Saram Bhujagendraharam Sada Vasantam Hirdayadavinde Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami. Salutations to the divine goddess Ambika, Lakshmi Ma, Saraswati Ma. We surrender ourselves with the lotus-like feet. Om Siddhi Buddhi Prade Devi Bhukti Mukti Pradayani Mantra Murti Sada Devi Mahalakshmi Namastute. Om Lakshmi Karotu Kalyanam Arogyam Sukha Sampradam Mama Shatru Vinashaya Deepa Jyoti Namastute. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Saraswati Rupena Sanstitam Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. Om. As you listen to that beautiful strain on the Basudi, Bhagwan Krishna, he charms the heart of his bhaktas by playing that melodious strain. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। वसुदेवं सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी नंदन परमानंदं कृष्णं वंदे जगद्गुरु। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योरमा अमृतं गमये। मृत्योरमा अमृतं गमये। हरि ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। My dear friends, after invocation mantras, we blend our voices to glorify Bhagwan Gajanan, Vigneshwar Mahaganapati. Beautiful song, my dear friends. It's the first time we'll be singing this song. We sing it out of love to Bhagwan Ganapati. Focus your mind on the Mangal Murti of Lord Ganapati. आओ आओ गजानन आओ, आके भक्तों के मान बढ़ाओ।
आओ गजानन आओ, आके भक्तों का मान बढ़ाओ।
आओ 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 गजानन आओ, आके भक्तों के मान बढ़ाओ।
आओ गजानन आओ, आके भक्तों के मान बढ़ाओ।
जय गणेश जय गणेश। अरे जय गणेश जय गणेश। बोल शंकर के पुत्र गजानन। ये बोल शंकर के पुत्र गजानन। गौरा मैया के पुत्र गजानन। ये गौरा मैया के पुत्र गजानन। आके भक्तों के मन को बहायो। आओ गजानन आओ। हरे आओ हरे आओ आओ गजानन आओ, मेरे भक्तों के मान बढ़ाओ। जय गणेश जय गणेश। Everybody. जय गणेश जय गणेश। रिद्धि सिद्धि को संग में लाना। रिद्धि सिद्धि को संग में लाना। गौरा मैया के फूलन खाना। गौरा मैया के फूलन जाना। आने में ना लगाओ। आओ आओ गजानन आओ। आओ आओ गजानन आओ, मेरे भक्तों के प्यार बढ़ाओ। अरे जय गणेश जय गणेश। अरे जय गणेश आके कीर्तन, आके कीर्तन, हाँ आके कीर्तन के मेल बरसावो, आवो आवो गजानन आवो,
आओ आओ गजानन आओ, आके भक्तों का मान बनाओ।
आवो 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 गजानन आवो, आके भक्तों के मान भरावो,
आओ आओ गजानन आओ, आके भक्तों का मान बनाओ।
आके भक्तों के मान भरावो।
आके भक्तों के मान बनाओ।
सुब्रह्मण्यम सुब्रह्मण्यम शंभुनाथा सुब्रह्मण्यम,
सुब्रह्मण्यम सुब्रह्मण्यम शंभुनाथा सुब्रह्मण्यम।
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 सुब्रह्मण्यम सुब्रह्मण्यम शंभुनाथा सुब्रह्मण्यम,
सुब्रह्मण्यम सुब्रह्मण्यम
सुब्रह्मण्यम सुब्रह्मण्यम
शंभुनाथा सुब्रह्मण्यम।
शंभुनाथा सुब्रह्मण्यम,
सुब्रह्मण्यम सुब्रह्मण्यम शंभुनाथा सुब्रह्मण्यम।
शंभुनाथा सुब्रह्मण्यम, शंभुनाथा सुब्रह्मण्यम, शंभुनाथा सुब्रह्मण्यम। प्रेम से बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी की। My dear friends, we glorify Bhagwan Shiva. Beautiful bhajan. We sing our heart's content to him. Bhagwan Shiva, he is the father of Lord Ganesh ji. He is our Lord and Master who went through many sacrifices with Goddess Parvati to present this Ganapati to the world. You see, my dear friends, throughout our scriptures, we are told that when the world was in difficulties, bhaktas, devotees prayed. And this was the solution that was given to mankind. That to worship my son, worship this Lord, and he will surely bless you, guide you, and protect you. So my dear friends, tonight we sing the praises of Lord Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. Gunja sada jaykar ho tere bhavan mein. Gunja sada, gunja sada, gunja sada jaykar ho bole tere bhavan mein.
गुंज सदा जयकार हो बोले तेरे भवन में।
बेल पत्र गंगा जल में,
बेल पत्र गंगा जल में।
बेल पत्र और गंगा जल में,
बेल पत्र गंगा जल में।
भक्ति भाव से Prem Swaro Shumapati Mahadev ki. My dear friends, tonight we shall glorify the Divine Mother, Durga Parvati Ma. She is the Shakti, she is the energy of that Lord Bam Bambuli Mahadev. She's also, my dear friends, the mother, the Ma. You see, the word Ma is a universal word. Every child, no matter what creed, no matter what race that they belong to, at some point in time, they would utter from their mouth, Ma. It's a beautiful word. It's a Sanskrit word. It means affection. It means love. It means compassion. It means humility. It means grace. So, my dear friends, tonight we glorify the Divine Mother. Devi Ma, she went through so many sacrifices to bring her son into the world. It's a beautiful bhajan. Most of you would have known the words. So therefore, don't sit idle. Sing with me. Huh? जग की रखवाले करने वाले जगदम्बे मैया. And you all know that song? Without the music, eh? After me. जग की रखवाले करने वाले जगदम्बे मैया. बोले ना? Let me hear you. जग की रख. Are you listening to a person next to you? If they're not singing, hunch them. Videsh, don't be a sheep to hunch her, you know. Lord Shiva hunch Parvati many times. Sing your heart's content. Bolo na? जग की रखवाले करने वाले जगदम्बे मैया.
जग की रखवाले करने वाले जगदम्बे मैया.
महिमा तुम्हारी है निराली ओ जगदम्बे मैया.
महिमा तुम्हारी है निराली ओ जगदम्बे मैया.
महिमा तुम्हारी चरणों में बैठे आश लगा ले, विनती हमारी काली न जाए।
चरणों में बैठे आश लगाई, विनती हमारी काली न जाए।
ले लो ये आरती की थाली, जगदम्बे मैया महिमा तुम्हारी है निराली, ओ जगदम्बे मैया।
जग की रखवाली करने वाले जगदम्बे मैया, महिमा तुम्हारी है निराली, ओ जगदम्बे मैया। जग की रखवाली करने वाले जगदम्बे मैया,
महिमा तुम्हारी है निराली, ओ जगदम्बे मैया। जगत की रखवाली करने वाले जगदम्बे मैया। प्रेम से बोलो श्री आज शक्ति दुर्गा देवी माता की जय। My dear friends, it is my desire to sing a beautiful bhajan before I commence my reading tonight. See, my dear friends, I don't want to put barai on myself. This is the first year in a long time that I could really sing the way I want. I feel good, and so therefore, my dear friends, I want to sing this one song. It's a beautiful song. अरे बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम, अरे बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम, युगल चरना। बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम, युगल चरना। बोलो बोलो, अरे बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम, युगल चरना। बोलो इत दश आहा इत अयोध्या निर्मल सरयू, इत तु अयोध्या निर्मल सरयू। उत मथुरा शीतल यमुना। अरे बोलो बोलो, अरे बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम, युगल चरना। बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम, युगल चरना। इत दशरथ में कुंवर कहाए, इत दशरथ में कुंवर कहाए। उत कहाए नंद के ललना। अरे बोलो बोलो, अरे बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम, युगल चरना। बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम, युगल चरना। इत कौशल्या गोरखी लावे, इत कौशल्या गोरखी लावे। उत में यशोदा, उत में यशोदा झुलावे पलना। बोलो बोलो, रे बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम, युगल चरना। बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम, युगल चरना। इत में कृत मुकुट सिर राज, इत में कृत मुकुट सिर राज। उत में आहा उत में मोर मुकुट दरना। बोलो बोलो, अरे बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम, युगल चरना। बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम, युगल चरना। हित में धनुष बाण कर राजे, हित धनुष बाण कर राजे, उत मुरली मुख पर धरना, बोलो बोलो, अरे बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम युगल चरना, बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम युगल चरना। हित में चरण अहिल्या तारी, हित में चरण अहिल्या तारी, उठ राधा संगतियों के रमन, बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम युगल चरना, बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम युगल चरना, युगल चरना, युगल चरना। 1 minute. Sing together. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sitaram Govinda Radhe Gopal.
Sitaram Govinda Radhe Gopal.
Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya.
Bam Bam Bola Mahadeva.
Bam bam bola Mahadeva.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. प्रेम से बोलो श्री उमापति महादेव की जय, प्रेम से बोलो श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की। My dear friends, tonight our katha continues from the Ganesha Purana. At the point of our katha, we saw last night that Parashuram, that God manifests as Parashuram, Sri Ram in that form. My dear friends, having heard and realized of his father's demise, my dear friends, he wanted to avenge his father's death. And we established the point, my dear friends, that vengeance is not good. If we have this vengeance in this heart, if we have anger and hate, I want to tell you something tonight, my dear friends. If you hate me, you do not do me nothing, you know. You see that hate? It eats away at the institution of your mind. It makes you miserable. It makes you agitated. It makes you not comfortable. So therefore, our scriptures is telling, don't hate. Don't keep vengeance in your mind. Our scriptures also tells us, don't keep things inside of you. But not everything you want to say, you must say it. It is different. Something might bother you. It upsets you so bad that you want to buff up somebody, tell them the worst of things. But our scriptures tells us, not everything that the mouth wants to say, should say it. You know that? Not everything the ears listen to, you must allow it to soak in your system. Not every time your hand scratches, you must only go and buy the lotto. You must not use it for violence. Not everywhere the feet wants to take you, you must allow it to guide you. It is what is called control. Parashuram had no control. Are you seeing that? Those who know about the scriptures, Parashuram, he's angered. And my dear friends, he's been told by Kamdenu, a cow, a celestial cow, what is the use of killing all these Kshatriyas? Because one Kshatri kill your father? If you kill all the Kshatris 21 times, he says that he will destroy them. If you do that, oh, tell me now, Is that going to bring your father back alive? And they went on to explain to him that there comes a point in people's life, one day we will all have to go. Last night I ended up by saying, what are we leaving behind? Are you comfortable of the type of life that you are living at this present moment? And if God, my dear friends, want to take you tomorrow morning, are you comfortable that you'll be leaving a good legacy behind? Are you worried what people will say about you? But my dear friends, don't worry about what people will say about you. Because people, my dear friends, will have the worst to say. You know, for the past few months, I have been jumping from scriptures to scriptures. And my dear friends, it's only when we have Yagya, the book is a very religious thing to me. Other than that, I flip pages every single day, flip my iPad just to get knowledge in the mind. And you know when Dashrath died, I'm showing these points out to you. When Dashrath died, individuals flocked the palace. Individuals came there to show their respect on a most solemn occasion, dreadful occasion, the demise of the king. And you know what individuals will do? Oh, Mata Kekihi, I'm so sorry for your loss. Dashrath was a great man. They will go to Sumitra and say, oh Devi Sumitra, I feel so sorry for you. How could I sympathize with you? In the Ramayana it also says, they will go to Kaikeyi and they will touch Kaikeyi on her face. They will hug her, cajole her and say, oh Kaikeyi Maya, you have lost a great pati, a great husband. But you see when they turn their back, it is because of you, you witch, Dashrath died. And you all know that. People come in front of your face and say so much of nice things, so much of good things to you. And my dear friends, when you're no longer there and you turn your back, you see it is prevalent in our scriptures. And we have been told that Parashuram is being told here, why do you want to avenge your father's death? What good is it come? But Parashuram was a stubborn man. So too some of us, we are stubborn. You see, we must be stubborn for the right thing. A few nights ago, I said to you that I had one desire. I don't have desires anymore. I'm not going to repeat what that desire is. I cannot fulfill that desire, but I was told by an elderly person in this community who is no longer alive. She says, Satyanan, everything happens in time. But you see, for me, even time to read, I don't have time. Time does run out on me. So much things I want to say. I am not going to wait on time. I do what I have to do right away. I say what I have to say one time, because I am not sure if I'll be able to say it again. Last night, before I continue, I was drawing a reference whereby Ravan had the Dhanush, the bow of Lord Shiva. Remember that? Those who are here? But let me clarify this matter. A lot of critics, a lot of people asking questions out there. Maybe this is the first time they're hearing these things. Huh? Trust me. So I'll tell you. You see, nothing happens by chance. Pandit, are you saying something new? Are you making it? Where is this coming from? Well, you see, my dear friends, Raja Janak and Mata Sunaina, the mother of Sita, they performed tapasya. And they performed tapasya to win the grace of Bhagwan Vishnu. And when they won the grace of Bhagwan Vishnu, he said, oh my children, ask a boon. And what did you think they asked for? They says, oh Lord, I want a son-in-law like you. Didn't ask for the Lord to come as a son, you know. He says, I want a Jamata, I want a son-in-law like you. So Bhagwan Vishnu says to Mata Sunaina and King Janak, he says, oh Janak, you are indeed wise. In time to come, I will come as your son-in-law. And that is why, my dear friends, Ravana and Janak, they were two Vidwans. You know what is a Vidwan? A Vidwan is an extra supreme knowledgeable person, well versed in all spheres of Vedanta philosophy. And one day, in the Sabha of Lord Shiva, these two disciples, King Janaka and the mighty Ravana, they started to debate Vedanta. And my dear friends, Janak dished him up. You know what dish him up mean? Put him to shame. And from then on, Ravan had vengeance for Janak. So Ravan always prayed. I'll tell you something about Ravan. When Ravan prayed to God, God always blessed him. I've been telling you this all the time. Ravan prayed to Lord Shiva, and he said, Lord Shiva, I want to be able to lift up Mount Kailash Parvat. I want the power in my hands that no one will be stronger than me. And Bhagwan Shiva says, that's too, so shall it be. From the time Lord Shiva left and turned his back, you know what Ravan wanted to do? Ravan wanted to pick up Mount Kailash Parvat. He did not believe that it were done. Anytime Ravan prayed, there's only one thing Ravan asked for that he could not get. And what is that? I said to you, anything you want from God, you can receive, except one thing. You will not be able to live forever. Anything else you want, you can get. But Ravan believed in that. And my dear friends, Ravan prayed to Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva gave him a bow. And he was traveling through the visit. Lord Shiva was told to Janak, do not put down this this bow anywhere. But Lord Vishnu had to please the mind of Raja Janak and Queen Sunaina. He allowed Ravan to have some sort of discomfort. And in this discomfort, he did not listen to the words of Lord Shiva, and he rested the bow on the ground. And that is how, my dear friend, Janak got that bow. Because Janak was passing in that same vicinity, because Ravan tried to pick up that bow with thousands of warriors, and they could not even shake it from the ground. And Ravan said, you see that bow? It have voodoo, it have black magic in it. Leave it right there. But that was a devised plan by Bhagwan Vishnu. So Janak will take this bow, placed it in his temple. You all heard the Kathal Tisa last night, that Sita Mata picked it up with one hand, and that is why Sri Ram came to Janakpur to pick up that bow. So my dear friend, that is not a story that was made up. This is all in our scriptures. Believe me, my dear friends, I wouldn't sit here and make up things for you. So my dear friends, I clear that point up. So Parashuram has this vengeance. He has this anger in his heart. And my dear friends, battle ensued. Was about to ensue between the king who had killed the father Jamar Agni, Kartavya. But Parashuram had some sort of dignity within him. He says, I am going to destroy that king. And in so destroying that king, what he did, he sent a message to that king. I am going to do battle with you, and I will defeat you for the action of you destroying my father. I will take revenge. I'll avenge my father's death. And my dear friends, when the king heard these words and he knew about Parashuram, he became scared. He became frightened. And my dear friends, he's lying on his royal bed. Poor fella can't sleep. Can't sleep. Something is on his mind. And he's saying to his secretary that Parashuram is indeed a powerful man. I thought his father was powerful, but because of my tapasya shakti, I was able to destroy him. But I heard so much of this Parashuram, I am indeed scared. And every time he lie down to sleep, my dear friends, his mind would waver, like many of us. And we end up dreaming all sorts of things. Sometimes I am being bombarded with calls. Pundit, last night I dreamed this, last night I dreamt that. What does it mean? I know we have to explain to people. So I say, well, I don't know what I mean. You figure it out. If I go to interpret everybody's dream, I get a madman, I become a madman. Huh? You see, my dear friend, people dream and their mind is not settled. Yes, there are some people get good dreams. But there are some people go to bed, my dear. I always tell people, before you go to bed in the night, speak to your bed. Speak to your Lord. Oh Lord, I am going to rest on this bed. May I have a comfortable rest. How many people do that? How many people, before they pick the flowers from the tree, do they say, tree, I want to pick you today. And if you allow me to pick you, I will place you at the feet of my Lord. How many? It's the little things that count, my dear friends, not the big things. This king, he started to get dreams. You want to hear the kind of dreams he's getting? He's dreaming that he's riding on a donkey. High philosophy in Sanatana Dharma. Other religion, we see some lord riding on a donkey. I don't go there. I don't want to interpret that. But this king, Ravana, rather, he had an attendant by the name of Trijata in the Ramayana. And Trijata, she's having this same dream. She says, the king says to his secretary, I dream that I'm riding on this donkey. My head is shaved. And I'm going towards the southern hemisphere. I am seeing fire. You know what's fire? The chitta. That when people cremate people. I see it stacked up to the sky with sandalwood. And the fire is blazing. This is indeed a bad sign. It's a sign of death. I am indeed worried. And so it is, my dear friends. The next morning, before he went out to battle, he could not hide. He had to face Parashuram. For he was a warrior, he was a Kshatri. And the king Kartavya, he spoke to his beloved queen. And here we are being told that his queen is Maroma. First time I'm hearing that name. Maroma, before her husband go out to the battlefield, she saw a very long, sad face. And she said, oh my Lord, what is your position today? Look at the position the situation that you have found yourself. Therefore, I wish you the best. And she went on to pray while her husband went out. You see, my dear friends, the wife's duty is to always try to win the grace of the divine to protect her husband. That's the wife's duty, you know. Amongst other things, cooking, cleaning, all them other things. Huh? The wife has many, many duties towards her husband. And so too the husband have towards the wife. It is a give and take. I always tell people, I'm saying to my godchildren, I said on the day of the wedding, marriage is a compromise. Marriage is a compromise. We have to give and take. You can't only want to take. You have to learn to give sometimes. In order for this relationship to prosper and flourish. My dear friends, when the king saw Parashuram on the battlefield, he became scared. He became frightened. And once a warrior becomes frightened, my dear friends, they're bound to be failure. Not only a warrior in war, but anybody is frightened in any manner, not being positive, you're bound to fail. You're bound to fail. You must have a positive. Who teaches us this? Pawan Putra Hanuman. When Pawan Putra Hanuman marches forward, Pravishi nagar ki jay sab kaja, hirday rakhi kushilapur raja. Anytime you place your right foot forward, think of the Lord. Think of the Lord. Any endeavor that you want to do, put that Lord first. And my dear friends, you're going to be successful. Many times, my dear friends, my godchildren will call in the morning and say, Guruji, I'm going for an interview. Say a prayer for me. So you can't pray for yourself? That's a discussion me and Pandit Gyan had a few days ago. When you think the Pandit come to your home, do you think he come to pray for you? He comes to pray with you. Panditji alerted me, how does the Murti's face when you sit to do a puja? Towards the Pandit? The Murtis are facing towards you. So you are performing your rites, your rituals. The Pandit is only a guide. But many people pay too much emphasis on the Pandit. And that is where they go wrong. So my dear friends, he's scared, he's frightened. He's frightened. Failure bound to come his way. And my dear friends, Parashuram started to engage himself in battle. Now we know the powers of this Kartavya. He had special powers from Bhagavan Vishnu and Dattatreya. And my dear friends, engaging in destruction. When Parashuram met Kartavya on the battlefield, my dear friends, Parashuram did something. Kim ditam kivyadutam gata karividya bhupa madrishi danyate. Parashuram bowed. Parashuram bowed. And one will ask that why did Parashuram bow? So my dear friends, if you go to court, you can't just walk up with your hand in your pocket and in front of the magistrate, you know. You know the police officers will do, take out your hand. And that he's only a man. But he represents the law of the land. We have to have respect. My dear friends, you can't go in the court with a short pants, you know. Do you know that? They put you out. At one point in time, I'm not sure if it's the law still, you're supposed to cover your head. Well, all those things were tradition. But respect must be given, even in the field of battle. And my dear friends, Parashuram and this Mahaking, they both begin in fighting. Blows after blows. Fight after fight. Strike after strike. And my dear friends, Parashuram destroyed his king. I'm cutting the katha a little bit short because we have different things to talk about. Eventually, that king was destroyed. And when the king was destroyed, Parashuram went on to destroy the Kshatriya race. Everywhere there was a king, he went and do battle and he destroyed them, he humiliated them, he subdued them. My dear friends, this killing of the Kshatriya does not mean a physical death. He humiliated them in such a way that they were not even again to lift their head, to rise to power. And if they did rise to power, they had to be controlled. Now this thing about Kshatriya causes a problem in the world. Not the word Kshatri. You see, there are 4 castes in Hinduism. And these 4 castes is Brahman, Kshatri, Vaishya, and Shudra. People don't like to talk about this. But I need to tell you. So you might be asking, what is a Kshatri? The Brahman is those individuals who have risen to the position to perform religious and spiritual work. The Brahman. In Bhagavad Gita, it says Janma, that you have to be born in that lineage. But later on in our books, we tell us that we all can be Brahmans. We can rise to that position to become that Brahman, that Brahman. You see, long time ago, these caste system was tradition in India to separate people into different classes. So the Brahman is deemed to be the spiritual ones. The Kshatri, those individuals like king and maharaj, leaders in the world, politicians. We have to be very careful about them. I hope there's none here tonight. We have to be very careful. Those are leaders who create laws. They fight for us. The Brahman is supposed to pray for us, and the Kshatri is supposed to fight for us. Very sad to say, these Kshatri fight for themselves throughout the world. The Vaishya supposed to be the devotees of the Lord. Aren't we all devotees of the Lord? So that we could always determine that we are all Vaishya. The word Vaishya means devoted to God. And in India, they went on to separate Vaishya into Vaishnava and Shaktas. Do you know, my dear friend, there's some belief that individuals who pray to Vishnu Bhagwan, there is a certain sect of people. And there are some individuals who are Shivaites and Shaktyites. They only merge together. And the people who pray to Lord Shiva, you know, they don't go into Vishnu Mandir. Do you know that? And the same Ramayana, Vishnu's the Hridayan Shiva, Shiva's the Hridayan Vishnu. If a person wants to come to Shiva and they hate Lord Vishnu, then they have no salvation to get. Vice versa. And then there's a part that's called the Sudra. The Sudra, my dear friends, is the lower class. We like to talk about that too much. The working class people. But I want to tell you, my dear friend, you see the man who picks up that garbage in the morning time? Let him not pass for a week now. The corporation can't help you. There's a big stench in your home. The farmers who farm the land and make produce for us to eat, they are all Shuddhas. Many years ago, I wrote an article, right? The Brahman, you think he could live alone in the world? Do you think, Pandit Gyan? How much pujas do we as Pandit do for vegetarian, strictly vegetarian people? How much? Huh? Very few. The majority of the people in the world, they eat all kind of things, and Pandits still do puja. So where's the separation? My dear friends, this caste system was created for people to live together. If you check the legal register in Trinidad and Tobago, and I ain't talking about nobody here if they name that name, eh? And if you check the amount of people that own bars, B-A-R-S, check the last name. All you must do all your own research, you know. Don't wait for me to do all the research. I could be wrong. Check in Trinidad. All those people who have bars, B-A-R-S, and check their last name and see what caste they belong to. My dear friend, don't listen to these nonsense of the world. We are all God's children, every one of us. And you see, when we die, we all go in the same place. Huh? Even the big Mahant, even the big Sadhu, if they're in Trinidad, they're going right in Karani. Now they want to go by Das, crematorium. Nothing is wrong. We go to the same place. So the point I'm making to my dear, we are all God's children. And in the kingdom of God, if there is such a place, there is no male and female. In the kingdom of God, if there is such a place, there is no rich and there is no poor. There is no caste. For God looks at all of us with equal vision, with equal eye. So Parashuram, my dear friends, he destroyed the king. Remember in the Katha the night before, anyone who severed the head of their parents, commit suicide, or destroy or kill someone, they are worthy of death. I mentioned that to you. But here in Trinidad, people go around killing people at will, shooting people at will, and there is no response from the authorities. We have to be very careful in today's world. Parashuram, he destroyed the king. And then Parashuram, after destroying the king, with his axe in his hand, he traveled to Mount Kailash Parvat. And when he reached Mount Kailash Parvat, he placed his axe, his weapon, at the doorstep, at the threshold of Mount Kailash Parvat, and he began to sing his heart's content to Bam Bam Bole Mahadev. It's a time to pray. So put your hands together now. Whenever anybody is praying, we must seek that opportunity to join in that prayer. Chandrasekharaya Namo Gangadharaya Namo Chandrasekharaya Namo Gangadharaya Namo Chandrasekharaya Namo Gangadharaya Namo Om Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namo Shiva Shiva Shivaya Namo Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namo Shiva Shiva Shivaya Namo Gangadharaya Gangadharaya Namo Chandrasekharaya Namo Gangadharaya Namo. My dear friends, Parashuram, he wants to meet Bam Bam Bole Mahadev. So he sing his heart's content. In the home of Bhagwan Shiva, there was Mahaganapati, just as you see him here. So when Bhagwan Ganesh heard the sound of chanting to his father's name, love in his heart, Swami Kartikeya also, they came before the great sage Parashuram, and they are enjoying all this mystifying chanting of Bhagwan Shiva by Parashuram, and they are enjoying it, my dear friend. Om Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namo Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namo Shiva Shiva Shivaya Namo Gangadharaya Namo Gangadharaya Namo Gangadharaya Namo Chandrasekharaya Namo Gangadharaya Namo प्रेम पुरुष उमापति महादेव की. Bhagwan Ganapati and Skanda Swami Kartikeya, they are standing in front of this great sage. Now this great sage is seeing the Parashuram, and they're looking at him. Please tell me, O great one, why have you come? I have come seeking darshan of Ashutosh, Deen Dayalu Kripa Sagar. Could you inform him that I am present? Ganesh ji is looking at him. He says, quickly, don't waste time. I'm a very busy personality. I have just destroyed that demonic king and the Kshatriya race 21 times. I have come, O Ganeshwar. I have come. Parashuram picked up his axe and he was about to walk in that arena into the home of Lord Shiv Shankar Bhagwan. Tahro! Ganesh Bhagwan stopped him. Say, Are, you just can't walk in like this. This is my father's residence. And I'm sure he was not aware that you was coming. Therefore, if you want to meet my father, patience. Dhiraj Daru, have patience. If you sit here for a while, my mother and father, they are unavailable at this time. And therefore, if you don't have the patience to wait, well, you could go and come back. Do you think anything is wrong in that? I try to put it nicely. My mother and father, they are engaged. Therefore, O great one, if you sit quietly and you remain in peace, shant hoga, for Mount Kailash Parvat is an ocean of peace. Look at the niceties, look at the surrounding. Ganesh Bhagwan is speaking. Ganesh Bhagwan is telling all of us, we must have patience. Now the personality of Parashuram is that he had no patience at all. He's a rugged, angered man. He does everything fast, fast, fast. I can imagine if he eats, he maybe swallow everything one time. He moves very fast. But Bhagwan Ganapati has cautioned him. He says, my mother and father, they are engaged at this time. And if you only have patience, they will soon come out and they will greet you. But if you don't have the time, then you can go home and you could come back. And my dear friends, I don't think that is a... Bhagwan Ganapati is going to say a lot of things, some of that I can't say. I could say it, but time will not permit me. Let me leave it at that. But Ganesh Bhagwan is telling him, if you don't have the time to come back, then sit, engage in dhyan meditation. Parashuram is saying, don't you know who I am? I am Parashuram. I have destroyed this king, and I can destroy you too. Ganesh is laughing. For Ganesh Bhagwan did the very same thing to Bhagwan Shiva. When Bhagwan Shiva wanted to enter his own home, Lord Ganapati stopped him. So who is Parashuram in the mind of Ganesh? And my dear friends, Parashuram began to ask, Kaun hu? Who are you? Mera naam Shiv Putra. So therefore, if Lord Shiva, you say, is your Guru, I am your Guru Putra. I am your Guru's son. He said, oh idiot, oh foolish boy, stand away, keep away. But Ganesh ji will not stop. Parashuram, again and again, he would pick up his axe threatening Lord Ganesh. Vigneshwar. He says, "Oh Vipra, if you feel that you can destroy me as how you destroyed the Kshatriya race, then think again. I am the son of Mata Parvati, Devi, and I am the son of Bhagwan Shiva. He is the supreme father of the world. Therefore, please sit patiently and wait." Bhagwan Ganesh is saying to the king, listen, giving him philosophy in the world. You see, one must never go unannounced at someone's home unless there is an emergency. What seemed to be your emergency? Well, I want to get the blessings of the Lord. I have come to get his darshan because I am Parashuram and I have won my battle. Oh, so you want the blessings of the Lord. In order to get the blessings of the Lord, you must have patience. And you see that word patience, Shraddha, when every time Ganesh Bhagwan uttered those words, Parashuram is getting more enraged. He thinks if someone has an angry personality, and you keep telling them, "Why are you so all the time? Why are you so all the time?" They just get more angry, Do you know that? They get more angry. I could tell you that. I know that. Sometimes when I know somebody is angry, and I go, "Why are you speaking like that? Do you have to?" Well, I will treat people the way they treat me. Do you think that's the right attitude? Well, Ganesh is saying all this to the Lord. My dear friends, I am not making up this, This is the Katha tonight. Page 216 of the Ganesh Puran. Ganesh is saying to the Parashuram, one must not go unannounced. And since you have come unannounced, there are criteria. And the criteria is, my mother and father, they are engaged. And therefore you must wait. And if you can't wait, then why don't you come back another time? But Parashuram didn't want to hear this. He didn't want to hear this at all. Parashuram is saying, I have gotten the blessings of Krishna Bhagwan. I just came from Krishna Lok and I got the blessings from Krishna, who is the substratum of the world. I have gotten the blessing of Bhagwan Vishnu. I have gotten the blessings of Brahma. Now I want the blessings of Shiva. Oh little boy, please clear my path or I will destroy you. Ganesh is saying, oh great one must have control. And it seemed to me that you are out of control. Don't you think that he is out of control? Mata Parvati and Lord Shiva, they were within their chambers. And my dear friends, our scripture says that you see when somebody praying, you mustn't disturb them. When husband and wife are having the special time, they must not be interrupted. You see, my dear friends, I will say something tonight that I've never said before in a Singhasan. But I said myself this year, I'm not holding back my mouth. Mata Parvati and Goddess Shiva, they were in their chambers many times before, enjoying their company as husband and wife. Mature conversation, listen to it. They were having an intimate time. I'm sure you all know what that is. But the Devis had a problem. And the Devis went to Girija Parvati for her help. And they began to call out to Devi Parvati, Girija Nandani, Uma Parvati, please, we have come to you. And when Mata Parvati keep hearing that those Devis keep calling her, calling her, calling her. But all she wanted to do is a little special time with her husband. And you know what Mata Parvati did? Mata Parvati pronounced a curse not only on the Devis, but she pronounced a curse on all female in the world. You know what is that curse? You know what the curse is? Mata Parvati said, I am trying to enjoy the divine ecstasy of my pati, my Lord, and I'm not able to enjoy this moment because of your interruption. Therefore, go you Devis, go you female entity in the world. There will come a time that every month you will have great difficulties. You will have impediments. And I'm saying that for a reason. My dear friends, you all know what I'm talking about? The female person in the characteristic in the world, it is deemed that once a month they become unclean. But you see, that word unclean should not be used. That is the point I want to make. It's a time that the woman goes through discomfort. All women in the world. And I'm saying this to you, my dear friends. The same situation. And Parashuram wants to intervene with the divine intimacy of Shakta and Shakti. And therefore, my dear friend, the question is asked, Pandit, if a woman or a female entity is under that state, I've been saying this all along, could that personality comes before this Murti? Huh? Could that person come? Pandit, do you want to answer that? It's a biological function. You are not spoiled. Nothing is wrong with you. It's a biological activity that happens amongst female. So the point I want to make, what bars you from coming before this Murti? Are you feeling guilty? These are the concepts that people were forced in our minds over the many years. I want to take a few minutes off of this. Let's say somebody puts a puja date with a Pandit. And this woman lives alone. She lives alone. She'll call the Baba and say, Baba, you know, I'm not clean. I got to cancel the puja. You think that happens? I want all you to be wise. Let's say a family now puts a puja date with a Pandit. And my dear friends, it so happened that the wife becomes unclean. I don't see they canceling the puja, but you know what I see? I see the wife making the prasad. I see the wife making up the bedi. I see the wife ironing the clothes of all the children. I see the wife cooking the bhojan. I see the wife doing everything, mopping and cleaning. But when time for the puja, she's sitting one side. Baba, well, why are you not sitting there? Because I'm unclean. Well, if you're unclean, why you make all that preparation? Why you cook the prasad? Why you do all this? Do you think that is right? Huh? My dear friends, sometimes we as human beings and Hindus, we have to think better than that. My dear friends, I always say to you, you could never be unclean for the Lord. But if you are a wise personality, what you will do is that before the Pandit give you a date, you must try to put the puja in a certain time that those circumstances will not happen. God forbid if it happens, then my dear friends, nothing is wrong in you doing your puja. I know, my dear friends, I'll take plenty licks for this on the airwaves. But my dear friends, I accustomed getting licks. You see, I am saying these things for you. There was a young child who comes here every day. And I'm not even looking in the audience if I see this child. And you know what? She did not sit to perform puja the day. And one night, they brought up the topic to me. So I said, who tell you that? She said, well, that is what we know. I said, I want you to leave right now. Not go home now. I want you to take off your shoes and go to that Murti and tell Ganesh Baba. Tell him, hold on to his feet. Oh Ganesh, I'm sorry I didn't come to you before. Do you think that somebody being unclean in that manner could spoil this Murti? And these are the misconceptions in human's mind. These are biological factors that takes place. And my dear friends, we must move away from those nonsense in the world. Now this is not my katha, but I have to mention this to people because many people cheat themselves. Cheat themselves. I know myself personally, my dear friends. This family had a wedding. And I'm not talking people business, I'm talking facts. That they support my point. And this family who had this wedding, the day of the Haridi, the father went to the Pandit and said, Baba, see my daughter, she's not clean. So what we going to do? You know what the Pandit said? He said, well, that's a big problem. She can't do the Haridi. So the father sat down and he do the Haridi way. Everybody is confused. And my dear friend, I could direct you to them people home now. I could direct you to them people home. If they vex with me, raise them. And my that father sit down and he do the whole Haridi with that Pandit. The day of the wedding, the girl was still unclean. So I asked the question. I said, so who married? Who get married there? The father get married to the boy? He said, no, Baba. The girl sit down to do the wedding. But the Friday she couldn't sit down. She's still unclean. But pomp and glamour, she sat down to do the wedding. Who you think make themselves a fool there? Huh? My dear friends, do not make yourself fools. Don't let any people make you fools. These are serious times. So I'm moving from that point. Understand, I don't hear nobody come and tell me that again. And sometimes, you know, we go to somebody's home and everybody doing puja, but the father not doing puja. So I said, Ray, what make he unclean? Huh? Jerry, what are you laughing at me? See that? What make he unclean? That he can't sit down to do the puja. But Baba, he had to smoke and he had to walk and all that kind of thing, you know. You see, laughter brings joy to the soul, you know. How do you feel by making that little laughter? This is what life is about. Life is about educating, edifying ourselves. This seat, my dear friends, is not an ordinary seat. My dear friends, if you pull the sheet from this seat, you'll see a certain kind of cloth. It's a lion skin cloth. And I put that there symbolically to always tell me that you should be a lion amongst men, especially when you narrate your scriptures. We must not have sitting ducks on Singhasan. Not everybody can sit here and narrate. I am taking the time to edify you. You could take it or you can toss it away. You could be never unclean, mothers, sisters, and daughters, to present yourself to the Lord. So don't come and give me that nonsense. Please. But in this katha, I strayed a little bit to edify you. And those who are listening tomorrow, I can see my phone being lighted up. But say what? Sometimes we know how to deal with that. Mind you, the things that I tell you, I can go back and pull it out from where I get it. My dear friends, you will never find me saying something that I've never read before. And I'll tell you again that the scriptures that I read from, my dear friend, they are authentic scriptures. Believe me. So my dear friends, Parashuram is being angered. And my dear friends, Bhagwan Ganesh and Swami Kartikeya, they are trying to explain to Parashuram, Shant hoga na, Shant hoga. Bhagwan Shiva and Goddess Parvati, they're not going to rotten in, they're not going to stay there for long. They will come to you. But he did not have patience. My dear friends, you put one dugras and some sindur. Don't expect to get everything right away. It takes time. It takes your correct attitude, your correct behavior, your mannerism, all these things put together. If it is in the right way, my dear friends, you will get your merits. Remember, I tell you, there's anything you want except in one thing that you can't have. Everything can be yours. But be genuine, be loving, be kind, have the right attitude. My dear friends, Bhagwan Ganesh, Ekadanta. The question was asked, why does Lord Ganesh has one tusk? My dear friend, Parashuram became enraged. And when Parashuram became enraged, he take his axe and he fling it behind Ganesh. And my dear friend, that axe dealt Ganesh one blow on his left tusk. And his tusk was broken. According to the Ganesh Puran, Ganesh was in pain. But even though he was in pain, he was cool, calm, and collected. You see, my dear friends, Ganesh is God. And he wants to show the world, come what may be. You see, you Parashuram, I will remove that vengeance from your heart. I'm going to cleanse you, Parashuram. You are a great personality. You are a great powerhouse. And you need to be purified. And my dear friends, the vengeance he had, he'll fling the axe and Ganesh tusk was broken. When Ganesh tusk was broken, it created a great vibration. Hahakar! Shiv Shankar and Goddess Parvati, they opened their door to their chambers and they came out. Parashuram, my dear friends, he became scared. See, sometimes when we do something, sometimes we willingly do something, and sometimes again, my dear friends, we do things that we really don't know what we are doing. And my dear friends, when we realize what we have done, then we become scared. Have you seen this? Bhagwan Vishnu, very quickly I'll tell you, Bhagwan Vishnu, when Narad Muni in the Ramayana, when Narad Muni asked him, oh Lord, I want to get married. Narad is our old celestial stage. What do you want to get married for? Huh? Illusion in the mind. Illusion in the mind. And Bhagwan says, look at Narad. Narayana Sharanam, Narayana Sharanam. He is the world's greatest bhakta. And look at his predicament. He wants to get married to put himself in difficulties. Nothing wrong in young people, age group getting married. But Narad had a certain position in the world. Nobody expected that of him. So Bhagwan says, I am going to cleanse his mind. Come what may be. However harsh it was going to be, I am going to cleanse his mind. And Narad, my dear friends, pronounced a curse on Lord Vishnu. You see, Lord Vishnu, you see how you make me grieve to get married to a woman? So too one day you will grieve for a woman. Shri Ram had to come and grieve for Sita. You see, oh Lord Shiva, how you mock me and you mimic me? You will have to come to our system. Lord Shiva comes as Hanuman. But Lord Vishnu says, come what may be, I will grab the venom, I will take the poison, I will take the inflammation out of the mind. The same thing Ganesh. Ganesh Bhagwan is saying, don't matter what, Parashuram is a great bhakta. He has great powers. And I, Gam Ganapati, Vignaharta, Vigneshwar, I will cleanse him. I will purify him. It's the very same thing, my dear friends. When you stand before this Lord, come what may be, the Lord will purify you. When Parashuram, when he saw Ganesh, cool, calm, and collect, And Mata Parvati and Bhagwan Shiva, when they came there, Parashuram started to tremble. And my dear friends, when we reach that state, all we can do is to pray. When we pray, what do? Sit upright. Look at the Murti. Parashuram is praying his mystifying mantra. Ajam nirvikalpam nirakajamekam niradam avaitam anandarupam param brahm nirgurnam nivesham nariyam param brahmarupam ganesham bhajema gunatita adyam chidanandarupam chidabhashakam sarvagyam jnanagamyam munenyam akasha swarupam rakesham Parabrahmarupam Ganesham Bhajema Parabrahmarupam Ganesham Bhajema Jagat Karanam Karajnanarupam Suradim Sukadim Yugadim Ganesham Gajavyapanam Vishwavidyam Suresham Parabrahmarupam Ganesham Bhajema Raju Yukta Brahmarupam Sushritam Sadakarya Saktam Hirdaya Chintarupam Jagat Karakam Sarva Vidya Nidhanam Parabrahmarupam Ganesham Bhajema Parabrahmarupam Ganesham Bhajema Sada Satya Yogam Mudahana Kribam Surena Harantam Jagat Palayantam Anekana Vaktam Nijnana Naharam Sada Vishnu Rupam Ganesham Bhajema Sada Vishnu Rupam Ganesham Namaha Tamo Yoginam Rudra Rupam Trinitram Jagadakarakam Tarakam Jnana Hritam Anekanagam Samna Jnana Babhutam Sada Shiva Rupam Ganesham Namaha Sada Shiva Rupam Ganesham Namaha Prem Swaro Shri Ganesh Bhagwan Ki Jai. My dear friends, Parashuram, he became Shantoga, Sastang Dhanvat, before Mahaganapati, that Lord and the very same Murti of Lord Ganesh. The question was asked, why that Lord Ganesh has that one tusk? Parashuram is teaching us now that, O Bhaktas of the world, if you could only have one pointed concentration on this Ganapati, on this Lord, all your impediments, all your difficulties will be removed. My dear friends, when you make your lines to worship this Murti, I keep saying to you, my dear friends, don't take it lightly. That Lord is able and competent to cleanse our path. He cleansed Parashuram, Ekadant. Bhagwan Ganapati showed us that we must have patience. Nothing happens overnight. Hard work, dedication, sincere devotion, prem se, it can all be yours. But my dear friends, we must do it with love, with Shraddha, with faith and belief. Prem Swaro Shri Gajanana Swami Ki. My dear friend, this is my message for you. Before the Shrotas leave, there is two little songs I want to sing. Today is Avi birthday, and we sing happy birthday to him. Avi works right next door, and every day we see Avi, and we cannot let his birthday go by singing happy birthday. Today is also Amrit birthday, Dandi's and Raji's son. I know he's wanted to be here, but he could not be here, my dear friend, so we sing this beautiful happy birthday together for him. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. It's a wonderful, wonderful day. It's a joyous, joyous day. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you, Avi.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you, Avi.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you on this day.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy
गोकुला बिचे जन्म कन्हई कृष्ण कन्हैया सुरन सुखदाई नंद लाला नंद लाला नंद लाला नंद लाला नंद लाला God bless you, may God bless, may God bless always. So Avi, we say happy birthday to you. And my dear friends, there's a song I haven't sung long time. This is my two godchildren. They are young and they are entering the marriage arena, and I want to wish them all the best. I'll sing two lines of a beautiful song. If I could only find the song that I want to sing. It's a beautiful song, there's beautiful words. Maybe someday you'll call me and explain it to you, eh? काहे न चलती नैनों की नगरी गाई जगीत मिलन की तू अपने लगन सजन कर जाना है काहे न चलती नैनों की नगरी बरसे के आकर जल तुम बिन सुनी साजन की नगरी तुम बिन सुनी साजन की नगरी परदेसी आकर चल ऐसे प्यारे है बनियन तेरे दर्शन सजन कर जाना है गाई लगी मिलन की डोलना नैना प्रीतम की द्वारे मिलने के है बालम तेरे पुकारे यारे आने वाले अरे साथी ऐसे साथी मिलेंगे बचपन की मिलेंगे मन सजन कर जाना है गाई लगी मिलन की तू अपन लगन सजन कर जाना है. This song, the last verse, the last line. साथी मिलेंगे बचपन की खिलेंगे पूरा मन की. Them poets and them real good, you know. He's saying marriage life, you must be lifelong friends. Not ordinary friends, lifelong friends. Bachappan ki, milinge bachappan ki, you must speak beautiful words to each other. Huh? Kilenge pula man ki, words like flowers, sweet scented. And this is how you will water this relationship. You will build it to something very prosperous and happy. Don't be barking like dogs and cats. Huh? Bhagwan Shiva, when he speak to Goddess Parvati, he say, "Hey Sundari, mere pyari, oh my beloved." Speak good words to each other. Live good with each other. I bless you all. My dear friends, thank you all for listening. The Srotas will make their way for the final Havan. And while they do that, my dear friends, simple kirtan. Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram. Ayodhyavasi Shri Ramachandra, Ananda Rupa, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram.
Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jai Ram Ram Ram.
Jai Ram Ram Ram, Jai Ram Ram Ram, Ram Ram Ram. Follow the instructions of Pandit Gyan. We engage ourselves in our final Havan.
Take that light from on top there. Watch me, Vikalsa. All my dear devotees, as we prepare for Havan. We want to invite you to participate simply by saying Swaha. Keep your eyes focused on the Mangal Murti of Lord Ganesh as you ask him to remove any negative elements which might be permeating your well-being at this present time. Om Agnaye Swaha. Om Somaye Swaha. Om Prajapate Swaha. Om Indraye Swaha. Om Agni Jyoti Jyoti Ragni Swaha. Om Surya Jyoti Jyoti Surya Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha. Om Lakshmi Kalambhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Gauri Ganebhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Durgaya Namaha Swaha. Om Lakshmiyaya Namaha Swaha. Om Saraswataya Namaha Swaha. Om Krishnaya Namaha Swaha. Om Ramaya Namaha Swaha. Om Pampatraya Namaha Swaha. Om Manmantaya Namaha Swaha. Om Bajrangbalyaya Namaha Swaha. Om Suryaya Namaha Swaha. Om Samdevtaya Namaha Swaha. Om Mangaldevataya Namaha Swaha. Om Buddhevtaya Namaha Swaha. Om Gurudevtaya Namaha Swaha. Om Shukradevtaya Namaha Swaha. Om Shandidevtaya Namaha Swaha. Om Rahuvaya Namaha Swaha. Om Ketuvaya Namaha Swaha. Om Kuldevtaya Namaha Swaha. Om Gramadevtaya Namaha Swaha. Om Aslamdevtaya Namaha Swaha. 6 years. We all join together in chanting of Gayatri. Om Bhudbhuvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhudbhuvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhudbhuvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha Mayo Bhavaya Cha Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha Namah Shivaya Cha Shivataraya Cha Swaha. Om Agnaye Jatavedase Swaha. Om Sarvavai Purnagvam Swaha. Om Sarvavai Purnagvam Swaha. My dear devotees, everyone stand in order, please. Purnahuti. The mantra we use is a very special mantra, Prayashchit, mantra of penance and forgiveness. Om Yajasya Karmano Atiricham Yarvanu Namihakaram Agnesha Shishakaravityat Sarvam Sisham Sahotam Karutame Agnaye Shishikate Sahuta Huti Savaprayashita Huti Nam Kamanam Samadaitre Sarvanam Kamarcha Samardhaya. Om Purnamada Purnamadam Purnadvudachate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate Swaha. Achman. Om Adite Anamanya Swa. Om Animate Anamanya Swa. Om Saraswate Anamanya Swa. Om Deva Savita Prasuya Jam Prasuya Pathamagaya Devyo Gandharkita Puketangana Punatu Vachaspiter Vachana Swaretu Fan. Om Riswagni Pratijahagri Tamishta Prutishan Shidithamayancha Asmin Sarasti Adyutarasmin Vishwe Devajamanisya Siratha Prinshishi Agni Devta Ki Jai. Arti.
Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Deva, Mata Jati Parvati Pita Mahadeva.
Ganapati Deva, Ganapati Deva, Ganapati Deva.
Oh Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Deva, Mata Jati Parvati Pita Mahadeva.
Ganapati Deva, Ganapati Deva, Ganapati Deva.
अंदन को आकर चकोरियन को काया, अंदन को आकर चकोरियन को काया, भाजन का पुत्र दित निर्धन को माया.
Ganapati Deva, Ganapati Deva, Ganapati Deva.
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाति पार्वती पिता महादेवा.
Ganapati Deva, Ganapati Deva, Ganapati Deva.
हार चढ़े हार श्रीमन्नारायणा रंगा रंगा विठला
श्रीमन्नारायणा रंगा रंगा विठला
बोलो नारायणा जय जय 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 विठला
श्रीमन्नारायणा रंगा रंगा विठला
श्रीमन्नारायणा रंगा रंगा विठला
श्रीमन्नारायणा रंगा रंगा विठला
श्रीमन्नारायणा रंगा रंगा विठला
बोलो नारायणा जय जय 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 विठला
हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम
हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि
हरि
ओम
ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम
हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम
हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम मंत्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं जनार्दनं यत् पूजितं मया देवं परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव हरि ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम Remain standing for Bhujan Mantra.
Hermetic devotees, once again, we focus our minds on God. We ask Him to bless the food before we partake of it. Om Manapate Anisyano Deyanamiva Shushmana Prapradatarang Tarishe Urjano Dehi Dvipade Chatushpade. O Almighty One, Lord of food, we partake of this meal by Thy grace. May we use only those foods that are health-giving, free from disease, pure, nourishing. May this food help us to overcome our difficulties, and may all bipeds and quadrupeds derive benefit therefrom. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om.
You may all take your seats. My dear friends, before we start to share the arati, I would like to call Anushka Singh up front. Anushka, stand in front. My dear friends, this is one of our members, our devotees. We consider like family. Anushka Singh, she has topped the St. George East District in the Gandhi Memorial School, Vedic School, top in that class. I want you to give her a round of applause. We are yet to determine, my dear friends, and I think she has passed for her first choice, that is SAGS. Well, we're still waiting result, my dear friend, because they don't want to tell us if she topped the nation. So we are waiting. So we do hope that we get that good news soon. So Anushka, we want to bless you, guide you, and protect you. And may you go up to make all of us, your parents, your mother, and your father who is in Saudi Arabia. I'm sure he's looking at us, right? May you bring goodness and greatness to our community, and may you always do well. So we say thank you, and may God bless you always. Give another round of applause, my dear friends. Thank you. You can go back and do your duties. My dear friends, today that the country has given out the result of the exams, and we want to wish all those children who are receiving their results. I know some of them are smiling. They don't want to tell me what the results are. What do you want to tell me? Can I get a result yet? Okay, so we'll release that tomorrow. So all those families who have had their children wrote their exam, we want to wish you all the best. God blessings. My dear friends, Thursday night is the last night of worship to this Mangal Murti of Lord Ganesh. We ask you to come out again, invite a friend and join with us. On Friday morning, we leave at 7 a.m. sharp to proceed to the Bharatariya Vishnu Mandir with our parade. And then we go to Karanaj, where we'll engage ourselves in our final Visarjan. You are again invited to come and join with us. Those individuals who want transport to go to Karanaj, I'm sure that you know my daughter. Or if that fella, Varma, wave your hand, the people see you. Right on the wheel on the other side. Varma will take your name and we'll arrange transportation via the Maxi for those who will like or who don't have transport. So at this time, my dear friends, meals have been prepared for you in the front. Those of you who want to make your offering will come up to the Murti, dope grass, hardi, sindur, put your arti and get the blessings of the Lord. Sitaram, God blessings to all.